everybody, Chris Schaefer of Pautzke Outdoors. We're back here on the North Carolina-Virginia border on Kerr Lake today. As you can see, the wind is already starting to kick up, and that's not our friend today. We're gonna have to come deep back into the coves, and we're gonna come out here with chartreuse fire dye minnows and see if we can catch some of the biggest crappie in all the South. Let's see how we do.
Yeah, for the last 2 or 3 years since I've been experimenting in the spring of the year when I tip jigs with minnows. A lot of conditions in the spring of the year. You're going to have rain, you're going to have snow runoff, and that will stain the water. Okay, when your water stain, chartreuse is even a good color in clear water, but it's really good in stained water. And you might have heard me mention before, crappie are sight feeders. They need to see what they're going to bite, and they can see that chartreuse minnow a lot further than they can, you know, just a regular color minnow. I'm a believer in it. I've been in a lot of situations where there was boats all around me, and we were catching 3 times as many fish as anybody else, and everybody's hollering, what color jigs are you using? I'm saying, you know, multiple color jigs, but I got a chartreuse minnow on each one. Another nice Kerr Lake slab. Caught him on a John Deere green Roadrunner, tipped with a chartreuse fire dye minnow. They love it up here. Nice spawning crappie.
It doesn't feel like a crappie, right?
No, this is not a crappie.
We think it may be a big catfish, but it's only one way to find out. We're turning the trolling motor around, and we're gonna chase after it and see if we can get this thing in here. Careful, easy on your drag.
Yeah.
Don't give him any slack.
You got a 6-pound test. Could be another striper too. Keep pressure. What do you think, Chris? Catfish?
Big catfish would be my guess.
Oh yeah, baby.
Could be a striper, but those catfish really like them fire dyed minnows.
Yeah, just take your time.
We're on top.
Yeah. He wants to run, let him run. Striper! Who called it? Who called it? Striper.
Come here now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Lippy bell for me.
Out here fishing for crappie with some chartreuse fire dyed minnows, and managed to run up on this really nice striper. Just took the line, just started screaming. It was a really nice fight. Took a long while, had to reel in all the lines, but it's a pretty nice treat to have when you're out fishing for crappies.
Is that a crappie?
I don't know.
Because that's a big, if it's a crappie, it's a monster. Oh,
He's tangled up, but it's a nice fish, whatever it is.
we'll get him in. That's a monster, Chris.
That's a nice fish.
Holy, now you got this line messed up
That's
too.
okay. That's all right. We'll work that out.
I got it underneath.
Keep him coming just like you got him. Keep him coming.
That's a nice fish.
Is that a crappie? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, boy.
Chris, that's a monster.
That's what we come to Kerr Lake for, right there.
We can go home now.
That's what we come to Kerr Lake for, right
Look at
there.
that.
That's what we come to Kerr Lake for, right there. These big slabs. Kerr Lake's famous for having a bunch of fish like this. Although this one won't quite reach 2 pounds, I don't think. He's a healthy fish. If you can see, he's fat, he's thick, and I'm telling you, they love those chartreuse minnows.
Today's episode of Pautzke Outdoors comes to you from Kerr Lake. Anybody that lives in Virginia and North Carolina know all about Kerr Lake. It makes up the border between the two states, has more than 850 miles of shoreline and up to 50,000 acres. It's a massive compound that is one of the most popular crappie fisheries in all of North America. Today we're out here with guide Chris Bullock of Crappie and Cats Guide Service, and guess what? He's one of the guys that basically lives on the water. He's here almost every day of the year following these crappie, and he's chose to use chartreuse minnows simply because they work. Creating wild, vibrant chartreuse colors on your minnows is actually easier than you think. The key is following the instructions on the bottle. So if you use 1 bottle of chartreuse fire dye to 12 ounces of water, that means add 1 bottle of chartreuse fire dye into 12 ounces of water. It'll work every time. The other thing that's most important is keep your minnows on air. If you're not aerating your minnows, they're gonna die half the time whether you're using fire dye or not. So once you do that, if you use that right formula, you leave them in there for anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes, you're gonna have wild, vibrant chartreuse minnows that are gonna catch you crappie every time.